By the end of this video, you're going to be able to see all the best cam spots using cam bouncing on Coastline. I'm only going to be showing the ones that I personally believe are useful and well hidden. If you want to find other ones and go adventure on your own, by all means, go ahead and do so. And for the ones that don't know what cam bouncing is, originally it means that you throw your first camera and bounce your second one off of it in order to get it in a spot that you originally couldn't get to. For this first camera, you're going to be in the hookah lounge and you're going to break this blue device. And you're going to want to get on top of the couch and throw your first camera right at the spot on the roof. Once you throw your first camera, you're not going to want to throw your second camera right away, because if you do, it's going to land on the roof and look wobbly like this. So you're going to want to pick that back up. You're going to want to back up a little bit on the couch and throw the camera with an angle, so that way it can land on the pillar and be completely... This camera is actually one of my harder ones to hit because it does need to be at an angle. So I would recommend practicing in a custom game before going into a live game, unranked, ranked, wherever you want to use this, because it does need to land kind of perfect in order to be completely hidden. When you master this, you are going to be able to get it in about 5 seconds. Still have time to make rotation holes, still have time to make reinforcements, and still have time to place your other cameras. So trust me, with some practice, you can definitely master this and take it to the next level. But other than that, you can see that this camera gives you a great view of the entire room, the door that goes outside, and the door that goes into the hallway. And if you have headphones, which if you're playing Siege, by the way, I hope you do, you can give out call outs about someone planning, someone pushing, and someone holding an angle. For the second camera, you're going to make your way over to the hallway right outside the hookah lounge and throw your first camera right above the plant pot and bounce off your second one. It should land perfectly in the plant pot and give you a pretty dope angle of the hallway. Now, there's a little catch when it comes to this pot though. It's a little risky. It comes with a lot of risk. The reason for that is because even though it gives you this great angle right here, a lot of people like to break this pot open because it gives you a vault over onto Cool Vibe stairs. And as we know, a lot of people like to push through these stairs anyways. So that is not the best option, but it is an option and it comes with a lot of risk. My preferred option is making my way over to site A and placing my camera on the top shelf of the wine collection. First, I'm going to throw my camera on the top light right there and throw my second camera in order to land right on top of the shelf. It gives you a great view of the hallway, and it also gives you a great view of Cool Vibes stairs. That way you can call it out to your teammates if they're approaching from that side. Technically, you don't need cam bouncing for this one if you know how to get on the couch, but that is inconsistent, and cam bouncing makes it a lot easier to just throw your first camera on the light and bounce off your second one. So I recommend doing cam bouncing for this. Now for this next one, it's pretty easy to do. You're just going to throw your camera right above the TV and throw your second one and bouncing off of it. It should land perfectly facing the other way. Now, even though it faces the other way, it gives you a good view of the whole room. You're going to be able to call out if someone comes in from outside or if someone comes in from the hallway down below. You can also ping yellow and call out to your teammates you're hearing for footsteps. Now this camera is in the hallway that leads up to bedroom. This camera actually sits on top of the plant pot. The only warning I have to give about this one is that if it lands too centered, it actually break the plant itself. It'll still keep the pot there, but it doesn't look as good. So you can get another try by shooting the pot and grabbing the camera. You can try it on the other pot, but I would recommend starting off on the left pot because my success rate was a little better on that side. Once you do get it perfectly placed though, it should land in the plant without destroying it itself. It's going to give you a great view of the whole hallway and the stairs itself, and it's going to be able to give you great information for you and your entire team. The next camera I'm going to show you is actually straight across in the theater room. This is going to be for when you're defending bedroom. You're going to want to go to this top shelf right here, and instead of throwing it up on the roof, you're going to want to throw it onto the wall itself and actually get a good angle. That way it can land on the shelf beautifully like that and give you a great view of the whole room. This is going to be able to cover the entire B side. You're going to be able to hear footsteps, call out to your teammates if they're planning, and so on. This next camera is actually my favorite one because it is so well hidden, and even though it's so hidden, it gives you a perfect view of the entire room and gives you and your teammates a lot of intel. The bed frame is big enough to cover the camera and give you good coverage from the window as well. You can actually see when people rappel in, come in through B, coming through the hallway on the side, coming through the restroom. It gives you a perfect view of the whole room and can help you and your teammates if you learn how to master this one in a custom game. Now moving on downstairs into the sunrise bar. This one's also really well hidden. You're going to want to climb up on this little table right here and bounce off your camera off the roof. Look how easy that was for me. If you're in kitchen, this camera is going to help you a lot because it gives you a great view of the sunrise bar and it's going to give you a lot of call outs for you and your teammates. This camera is not as crazy, but it will give you a great view of the window and the entire site. You're going to want to climb on the stove and throw your camera on the roof. You're going to throw your second camera bouncing off of it, and it's going to get right on top of the ventilator. Trust me, this one's super easy to get. This camera is very easy to get for beginners that are learning cam bouncing. As you can see, it gives you a great view of the whole room. This next camera is in blue bar. In case you didn't like the sunrise bar one, it's going to give you a good view of the hallway. You're going to want to throw your camera pretty high up on the wall and bounce off your second one. It's going to land and break the bottles that are right there, but it also blend in pretty good. Not the craziest camera, but it will give you a good view. If you want to see more cameras and more placements on different maps, please sub below, show this video some support, and that way I can keep it going.